Okay. So this is our first session, and in this first session, we'll discuss about data origin concepts. Okay. So I'll be providing access to all this study material. So what I will do now, I will create a new folder, and I will give access to the folder. Okay. So November 23. November 2023. DataStage Batch. Okay. So I will upload all the material here, and I will be granting access to this drive. Okay. So once after the class, I will be granting all the access to the folder. Okay. So you need to share your Gmail ID. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So session is getting recorded. Right. So how many of you have an idea about data origin concepts? People who are worked on other retail tools, any idea? So what is data warehouse? So yesterday in demo session, we have discussed data warehousing applications are built for mainly analysis purpose, analytic purpose. Okay. So here we will take a business decision based on the data that is there in the warehouse. Summarized data. And here we will be maintaining summarized data as well as detailed data. So these applications are mainly built for analyzing the business. Okay. And you may see this softwares in the retail outlets. Okay. So in the retail outlets, what are the softwares that you are going to see? In the retail outlets, those are designed for to run the operations, to run the business operations. So those applications never be used for analysis purpose. So those applications are used for to run the business, day-to-day transaction operations. But that particular data is stored somewhere. It may be a database or any file or somewhere. So what the data engineers will do is we will extract the data from that OLTP system and apply the transformation rules and build the data warehousing applications in a form of various reports. Like we'll be loading the data into dimension tables, fact tables, and summary reporting tables. Okay. From this dimension tables, fact tables, and summary reporting tables, so reporting team will build the reports for analysis purpose. Okay. So these reports are viewed by top level management and department heads. Okay. So here we'll be building data marts. So data marts means it deals with a specific subject. Customer acquisition, customer data marts. So all the new customers that the company is going to acquire. So those details will maintain in a data mart. Okay. So all the information related to a customer. So big companies, they have the vendor list, supplier list. Okay. So if you take an example of Caterpillar. So Caterpillar is the global leader in manufacturing the earth moving equipments. So they have suppliers almost 4 lakhs. Okay. So supplier in the sense, they can provide any kind of service, and also they will help in the manufacturing the equipments. I mean, like, so all the products Caterpillar won't manufacture. Only 20% of the products manufactured by Caterpillar, and the rest of the 80% will be outsourced. So they have manufacturing companies type with the Caterpillar, and for providing the IT services, so they have vendors, like vendors in the sense like TCS, Infosys, HCL, Tech Mahindra. So these are IT vendors. So IT applications and all, they will be taking help from these vendors to continue the day-to-day IT operations. Okay, so few development work they will give allocated to a vendor, and support work they will allocate to another vendor. Okay, so this is just a basic example. Okay, so like customer dimension, supplier dimension. Okay, so they have all the information like supplier ID, supplier name, what is the nature of business they do, vendor. Okay, so what is his office, registered office address, corporate office address, billing address, shipping address, all the details will be there. Okay, so we can analyze the business in 4 ways. Okay, so any business, maybe small or medium or a big enterprise. So we can analyze the business in 4 ways. Okay, so every company has a customers are mandatory because until the customer comes and buys something, then only the transactions will happen, right? And any organization, any enterprise has some products or service. Okay, so products are, they will sell to the customers. Okay, so they need to track. Okay, they need to track the business based on customer wise and service. Okay, so service, so IT services. Okay, so IT services, they will take survey. Normally, I work for a Indian-based IT company. Quarterly basis, we'll take the survey from the client. How our services, is there any improvement suggestion? So by taking the survey, what we will do is we will improve our services. Okay, so this is like one kind of metrics that we will capture from the customer. Okay, and these data will be stored in somewhere in the our performance metrics applications to track the customer feedback, right? So this will help us to improve our business. Okay, so if any escalation has happened, so why the escalation has happened? Is there any mistake from the service provider side, or is there any mistake from the customer side? If customers are not providing proper inputs, then it is very difficult to do the work, right? So all these kind of things that can be done, we can do the analysis. Okay, so let's take another example of retail outlets. Why these data warehousing applications are built? So retail outlets will have various products in the store, and they want to analyze the business based on the customer wise. Okay, so which customer brought more products today, in this week, in this month? Okay, so here let's take another example. How many of you have idea about metro? So it will redirect to nearest location. Okay, so metro is like wholesale retail outlet, and they will be giving products to the small storekeepers, small shopkeepers will be there, right, near to our stay. So to go to the store, we should have a metro card. So metro card will be provided to the only specific category of people. So they should have a business license. So like labor license or GST registration. So for them only, they will provide a card, and we have to walk into the store with the card. So if the card is not there, you cannot enter into the store. Okay, so quarterly once I will visit this metro outlet. Okay, so here we can analyze the business based on customer wise and product wise. So they have all the products. Okay, so A to Z, all the products. Okay, so which product is having the high sales volume in terms of revenue? Which product has less sales volume? Which product is not at all moving? Okay, so they will have this all the information in the warehouse, in the data warehouse. Okay, and we can analyze the business based on time. We can compare that. We can analyze the business based on the time, day wise. We can analyze the business. Yesterday, what is the yesterday's transaction? volume, okay, store wise, okay, and product wise, customer wise, and they can compare with the day before yesterday. Okay, so they can compare the revenue on monthly basis, quarterly basis, and all. Okay, so location wise, they can analyze the business. So these are the four key factors that we design data warehousing applications. So who is my customer? What are the products and services that I have? Okay, and when time wise, we can analyze the business. And the next thing is location wise. Okay, so these are the four reasons why we design data warehousing applications. Okay, so any questions, guys, here?
No.
Okay. So now let's move on to characteristics features of data warehouse. Next thing is characteristic features. So we can analyze the business as we discussed time-wise. Okay. So time-wise, we can analyze the business with respect to various time periods. Okay. So what is the lowest level of variant in time? Lowest level of variant is daily. Okay, so I want to compare the transactions volume, the revenue generated yesterday and day before yesterday. So that analysis I can do. Okay, and the next one is we can weekly we can analyze the business. So last week. Okay. Last week and towards the previous week, monthly. Okay, so today is the last date, right? Today, so I can compare the revenue between September month to October month. September. So what is the volume? Sales volume happened on September. What is the sales volume happened on October? Okay, so I can compare monthly wise and quarterly wise. Okay, so quarterly, current quarter, current running quarter, and the previous quarter, I can compare with the same last year same quarter. Okay, so normally quarterly wise, Indian-based IT companies, they publish the results to the public. Okay, so what is the revenue generated? How many new customers were acquired? How many customers we lost? And what is the revenue generated previous quarter? And what is the revenue generated last year in the same quarter? Okay. So these and all, these reports, how they publish this, they'll be having a finance closing concepts in data warehouse. So that will help us to publish the results. Okay. So when I'm working for Caterpillar, so I used to work for this beginning balances, balance sheets. So there are some ETL jobs that runs on Tidal that is triggered with DataStage master sequence. So this data that will help them load in Teradata, they will take the metrics from there and they will publish the results. Okay. So we can analyze the business based on the time variant. And the next thing is we can analyze the business. Another characteristic features here. Okay. So non-volatile. So here, once the data is entered into warehouse, we cannot make any changes. Non-volatile means we cannot make any changes. Okay. So once the data is entered into warehouse, we cannot make any changes. Okay. So we can make changes, but there should be a specific approval process that has to be followed. We need to take approval from the business owner who is managing the applications. Okay. So we need to take business approval and we need to take approval from the technical team. Technical team in the sense like architect. So who is the project architect? So he has to provide the approval to make any changes. Okay. So once this business approval we have means then automatically technical architect will go through the what are the changes that you are going to implement. He will review the changes and he will provide the approval. Okay, so you need to think like we cannot make any changes in the data warehouse. Okay, so if you want to make any changes, if you want to update some data in the dimension tables, so there is a process to be followed. Okay, so here once the data is entered into warehouse, you cannot make any changes. Another characteristic features here, you can see the data. Okay, so here we'll maintain data warehouse both current and as well as history data. Current and as well as history data. We'll maintain both current and as well as history data. So what is the current? So for example, let's take an employee salary has been increased from $8,000 to $9,000. Okay. So here in data warehouse, we'll maintain both the data. But in transactional processing, so that old salary details will be overwritten in OLTP system. Okay. So every day the data operations will be in truncate and reload. Okay, so once the new transaction, what are the transactions that has performed yesterday, that will be moved to data warehouse. Okay, so if you see the data, that won't be there in today. Okay, so normally these retail outlets, what they will do is they will keep the data for 15 days or 20 days or 1 month. For example, I want to make some exchange. I mean, the size is not, for example, I went to retail outlet like textile. So I brought a shirt and that is not fitted for me properly. So I need to exchange it. Okay, so we have to go with the bill and the price tag should not be removed. That is the terms and conditions. And within 15 days, we can return. Okay, so they won't give the money. They will give in a form of voucher and you need to buy another a shirt or any another product. Okay, so they will maintain for 15 to 20 days max. Let's take an example of 1 month. Okay, so here volatile means it will be have a retention period of certain period like 15 days or 30 days. Non-volatile means will maintain full history. So in data warehousing applications, will maintain the data both current and as well as history. So here you can see the employee information, what was his previous salary. Okay, right. So this is another characteristic features of data warehouse. And here third characteristic features is it deals with a specific subject. Data warehouses deals with a specific subject-oriented database that supports the needs of middle level management. Okay, so at organization level, we'll have department heads, finance head, sales head. Okay, so if you take an example of banks, bank has various products. Okay, so like loans, credit cards, accounts. So accounts are different category of accounts like current accounts, saving accounts. Okay, so you can see here just an example I will show you. Did you see that? Okay, so here person. You can see the list of category of products. See here, product category, home loans, FD, credit card, saving accounts. So, okay, and personal loan, car loan. Okay, so I want to open current account. Current account. So current account. So there are different types of current accounts. You can see here. Max Advantage current account, Accent current account, Active current account. Okay, premium current account. So, okay, so there will be the minimum balance. Okay, so that has to be maintained. Okay. So these are the different category of current accounts. Okay. So it deals with a specific subject here. It deals with a specific subject. Okay. And the next another characteristic features of data warehouse is integrated database. So what is meant by integrated? So we can combine all the data into one warehouse, one system, one location. So that is integrated database. Okay. Right. And here these applications are built for decision supporting system. Okay. So we will make a business decision here. We will make a business decisions here. We will make a business decisions here. Okay. And here will be maintain current and as well as history data. Okay. So how we will maintain current data and history data? Okay, that we will see in the practical sessions. Okay, so implementing slowly changing dimensions, how we will load the data into dimension tables, how we will maintain the history. So those details we will see in practical classes. Okay, so if you don't understand now, no need to worry. So that in the practical sessions with the live example by taking sample data, and if you modified the data, how we are maintaining current and history, those details we will discuss in detail level at the practical classes. Okay. And these are, as I told you, once the data is entered into warehouse, we cannot make any changes. So that is the reason here, read-only database. Okay, so I have access to production data mart tables. I can only select the data. Okay, so I don't have delete access. I cannot make any DML operations. I cannot insert any new entries. Okay, so we can make entries with the help of DataStage job. So those credentials and all for developer, they won't share. Okay, only admin guys will have authorization, DBA, DBA admin, and they will create a batch IDs for DataStage jobs. So that they will have a DML operation access like update, insert, and delete kind of things. Okay, for us, they will give only select access. Okay, DRL only select access they will give. Okay, so in the production database. Okay, so if you want to view the data, if you want to do some analysis, I have to write a SQL select statement and retrieve the data from there. Okay, so now let's discuss the differences between operational databases and data warehouse database. So what is meant by operational databases? So that is OLTP system. Okay, so what is OLTP system? Where these OLTP systems are available? Any idea, guys? Where this OLTP?
ATM machine.
ATM machine, yes, that also OLTP system. And another example, what we can consider?
Data mart.
Shopping mall.
Mall and flight bookings.
Yes, correct. So those are operational database. So OLTP applications. Okay, so you have an app, Make My Trip. Okay, so I need to book a flight ticket. I need to book a bus ticket or train ticket. Okay, so those applications are mainly for to OLTP system. Okay, and the softwares at the retail outlets like retail outlet can say in Walmart, anyways, Walmart, Office Depot, Super Valley, Target. So these are the retail companies. So okay. In India, we have this Reliance Smart Point, more Ratnadeep and Vijayta that are in Hyderabad. Okay. So they have the billing counters. Those are operational databases. So that is only for to perform the day-to-day business operations. To just to generate an invoice. Okay. Now let's see the differences here. Okay. So operational databases that supports transaction processing to generate invoice. But OLAP, it supports decision making. I will make a business decision. Okay. Business decision. Okay. And here data is volatile. If something is mistake happen in the billing counter, they will correct immediately. So they have that actions. But in with data warehouse, we cannot do that. Okay. So if you want to make any changes, we need to go through the approval process. Everybody involved. What happened? What is the mistake happened? Okay. So recently, one of my team member not tested the code properly, and the peer review has not happened properly. They have not validated the changes, and they have to apply the code in production. The file has been not generated, and there was escalation happen. The file we don't receive, and then we came to know that the testing has not happened properly. Sometimes these issues will happen, so we need to be taken care in the development phase itself. Okay. And the next thing is current data. So here in OLTP system, what happened? So it has only the current data. Okay. And the next thing is here in OLTP, we have current and as well as history data. Okay. So history data in the sense like it has all the, for example, in India, we have this Aadhaar card. Okay, so for example, if any location got changed, okay, so you need to update your address details in Aadhaar card so that you can change anywhere, like in bank accounts or any gas bill. Okay, so here in Aadhaar DB, they have all the historical data also, starting from once the Aadhaar enrollment is done till date. Okay, so this Aadhaar concept has came in India in 2010, I think. Okay. So from there, how many times you have changed the address? Okay. So those details, everything will be maintained in Aadhaar DB. Okay. So in case of any threat has happened, any criminal case happened, they will go and dig your history, where you stay, what is your background, do you have any links with terrorists? So so in that scenario, they will track all your details. Okay. And the next thing is OLTP, it has detailed information of the transaction. Okay. So, but in OLAP will maintain detail entries and as well as summary details. So top level management, they don't need the detailed details. They need only summary details. Okay. Store wise, what is the revenue? Store wise, product wise. So they will see the details. Let's summary information. So detail levels are maintained at the dimension table. All the information related to a product or a customer, location details. Okay. So these are the 4 differences. Okay. So this is one of the common interview question, guys. What is the difference between OLTP and OLAP? Okay. Right. So this is how data warehousing architecture. So just yesterday I have shown this in the demo. Operational databases are various source systems, apply the transformation rules, and we'll load the data into staging area. Again, from staging area, we'll load into pre-dimension load and then dimension load. Then we'll load the data into fact tables, dimension tables, and summary reporting tables. From there, the data will be queried and they will prepare the reports. And these reports are viewed by department heads and top level management. Then they will take a decision. Okay. Right. So any questions so far, guys? So now let's go to the different kinds of ETL tools. Any questions?
No, no, sir.
Okay. Okay, so here we need to build a data warehouse means we need softwares, right? We need to data integration softwares. Okay, so we need data acquisition process. We need to acquire data. Okay. So warehouse means it will store something, right? Okay. So normally farmers, they will store something like tobacco or paddy. Okay. So when the market have a high price, so then they will sell. So by the time they will keep in storehouse. Okay. Each farmer, they have this warehouse at their home. Okay. So normally tobacco barley will be available. I mean, 2, 3, 4 farmers combined together, they will build one barley for tobacco. Okay. Like that. Okay. So once the price is high in the market, then they will sell. Okay. So here, data warehouse, we need to build a data warehouse means we need a data. So we need to have a data acquisition process. So to build data warehousing applications, we need softwares like code-based tools or geo-based tools. So what is the advantage of geo-based tools is we can develop the code faster so that we can save the time. So automation process always helps us to move the things faster, right? So that is the reason geo-based ETL tools will help us to geo-based ETL tools will help us to do the coding by the tool itself. Okay, for example, I need to extract the data from a file, okay, and load it into a table. So we'll connect to the sequential file stage and we'll apply transformation rules and load the data into a table. Okay. And code-based tools. So code-based tools are SQL, PLSQL. We have to write a program. Okay. So we need to write. We need to pull the data from Excel file that we have to write a scripting that we have to connect to database. From the database and the file, we have to load the data into table. Again, from table, then we have to write ETL operations. Everything will be coding. Okay, so this coding, it will take a little bit complexity and developer will take a lot of time. So, but this automation geo-based ETL tools will, what happens is, he can do the work faster. Okay. So that is the differences between code-based tools and geo-based tools. So geo-based tools are like drag and drop techniques. So there is no coding at all. So you will be make the connectors with the navigations. Okay, you'll be connecting to the link, drag and drop technique. Okay, so that I will show you in practical classes. Right. So the next thing is data acquisition process. Okay, so now let's discuss in detail level. So first, let's go to data extraction. Okay, so here source systems means data extraction, where we will extract the data in the source systems. Okay, so here we have internal source systems. So what are internal source systems? Databases. Okay, Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, Hive. Okay, so recently I have worked on a project. I need to connect to Hive database, Hadoop system. So all the transactions happens over there. I need to pull the data from Hive and load it into MS SQL Server DB. So that is our data warehouse. Okay. So here I need to connect with Hive, and there is a URL that has to be connected with our Hive account, and that has to be sync up with DataStage server. So all these setups, I need to coordinate with DataStage admin guys, and they will coordinate with Hadoop admin and get the things done. So they will give you the access in a form of URL. The key tab file has to be generated. With the help of key tab authentication, we will log into specific database. Okay, so this in the URL, it has authentication for login to specific DB. Okay, so in that DB, what are the tables are there? So that I can access only select access. Okay, so here internal source systems, databases. So internal source systems within the organization. And next thing is external source systems, like flat files, text files. Okay. So let's see example. Let's see example of various flat files. Okay, so here I have files for practice. Okay, so let's see this file. So what is this file? It's a text file. It's a comma separated file, correct? And let's see another file. It's a pipe delimiter file. So we'll be receiving data in a form of files also. Okay, so let's see here, organization. So here we have the data in a form of .csv file. Okay, so here index, organization name, organization ID, name of the organization, website, country, description, when the organization has started, category, type of industry, plastic, glass and ceramic, concrete, public safety, automotive, number of employees working in the organization. Okay. So this is just a file we will receive. That file data, we need to load it into our DB. Okay. So these are external source systems. Okay. We need to load both external as well as internal data into warehouse. Okay. And target system. Target system in the sense like where we will finally load the data into data warehouse. That is target system. Okay. So here there will be different phases of data extraction. So we'll be loading data from source system, file system to staging area. Again from staging area to data warehouse. Okay. So here another example here, staging area. So this is the staging area, you can see. Staging area, that is the middle, then apply transformation rules and and load it into warehouse. For example, I will be receiving data in a file. So that I have to load it in a table. Okay. So you cannot load it into actual target table. We have to load the data into staging area first. From there staging area, we have to load it into destination table. Okay. So recently I have made one announcement like I will be receiving file. Okay. So on daily basis, okay, sometimes it won't receive any changes. Sometimes it will receive some changes. So existing process, what we are doing is we are deleting the entire table data and loading into destination table. Okay, so we'll be loading staging area again. From staging area, we'll load it into target table. So every time both staging table and target table both are truncate and reload. Okay. So here we want to know the changes. I mean, for example, customer code is there. Account name is there. So here customer ID is the key column and followed by the country. So business will happen across the globe, different countries like Canada, USA, Mexico. Okay, country code and followed by customer code will be the key columns. And if there is any change in the customer name, okay, organization name can be changed, right? Account code can be changed. Okay, so and account name can be changed. So when there is a changes happen, that I need to capture. Okay. So from the file, we will load into staging area, that as is the default process. Then we have implemented CDC concept, change data capture. Okay, so those kind of transformations that we will do in the data stage side to track the history data. Okay, so there is no change in the data, only update has happened. Okay, so no new records are coming. Okay, so account name got changed. So that we have to update. When it is getting updated with the effective date, with today's date, that has been changed. Okay, so these kind of transformations that will load the data into warehouse. Okay, so we have discussed data extraction process, and let's move to data transformation. So any questions, guys, here? Data extraction. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Are you able to follow? Any difficulty understanding?
Just staging errors, it will be a temporary table We will be storing the data temporary table or how it is?
It's not a temporary table. What staging area is like a layer between data warehouse and the source system.
Okay.
Okay, for example, I want to load it into actual data warehouse tables, dimension tables. I need to compare the data source is a file. Okay, so I need to perform some DML operations. Okay, so with the file and target table, I cannot perform the DML operations, right? What I will do is I will load the data in a table, then I will write a SQL for a comparison activity and all. So safer side for any source data, it may be the data coming from in a form of another data warehouse in Teradata, but source data that we are receiving in Oracle system. Okay, so we will load the data into staging area. Okay, so that is the standard data model that we follow for building the data warehouse.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's go on to transformation process. So merging. So what is the merging here? What do you understand by merging, guys? What is the merging?
Combine.
Okay. What we are combining here? Two
Combine.
tables are two files. Okay. So altogether we are combining two or more than two tables. Minimum two tables are required. Okay. And will be summarized. I mean, will be consolidated together and load the output. I mean, into one resultant, one output file, single table or single file. Okay. So here merging can be classified into two types. One is dissimilar structure. Dissimilar structure means what? What do you understand by dissimilar structure? So dissimilar structure means layout is not same. So what do you mean by layout is not same? What is the layout here? I have taken example of employee table versus department table here. So what is the main difference here? So here employee table columns are different. Okay, so I need to perform the join activity, but what is the criteria required? At least one common column name should be synced. Column name and data type should be synced for each table. Okay, so here common column name is department number. Okay, so this is just the basic example I'm saying here. So this is a dissimilar structure. Okay, and the next one is similar structure. Okay, so similar structure means what? Table names are different, but column attributes are same in those tables. Agree? So here we are combining the data in a form of union. Sometimes I need to combine, including the duplicates also. Sometimes we'll receive duplicates, right? Okay. So what is the difference between union and union out? What is the difference between union and union out, guys? What is the difference between union and union out?
Union means maybe all together.
Union and union out.
Union without duplicates, union all with duplicates.
Yes. So it is unique records, distinct records. Okay. So here union all will allow the duplicates. Okay. So now let's go back to our school days. So I have 1, 2, 3, 5. And I have 2, 3, 4. Okay. So A union B. Okay. So union B will give me A union B. So what is the output here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's happening here? 2 and 3 are the duplicates, right? So duplicates will be eliminated here, union. But in union all, it's totally different. It will allow the duplicates. So here in data stage, we have a funnel stage here. So it will allow the duplicates. A union or. Okay. So again here 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it? So union all will allow the duplicates. Union, it won't allow the duplicates. Okay. So here I will be combining the data from multiple files. Okay, if they having the similar structure, but I don't want duplicate to be loaded. Okay, so in data warehousing system, we never load the duplicated data. There is no point in loading the data, duplicated data. Unnecessary, it's a space issue. We'll be remove the duplicates and load the data which is having the unique records. Okay, and for example, your target is a file. Your requirement is to share the file to the user, downstream applications. So you'll be removing the duplicates and share the file. Okay, so that you have to do. So here similar structure means table names are different, but layout is same. Okay. And the next thing is data cleansing. So what is cleansing? Yesterday we have seen, we have told you one example. What is that? Inconsistency. So here country name I'm receiving in proper format. Okay, so I need to make a proper format. Okay, so first letter should be int cap. Okay, int cap that will gives you first letter is cap and rest of the letters are in small letters. And in data stage we have uppercase. So that can be converted into all the data into uppercase. If they need it only in uppercase, we can give uppercase and provide the column name. Then automatically all the data will be transformed from lowercase to uppercase. Okay. So this is inconsistency data that can be handled with various transformations. Okay. Right. Next thing is here you can see the sales transaction amount. In the source, we are receiving with inconsistent format. But in warehouse, we have to make it proper format because this data is viewed by department heads and top level management. Okay, so it has to be in proper format. Okay, so after decimal point, I need only 2 values. Okay, so 4.88. So I use round off 2 decimals. Okay, so we need to make one format. So all this information, okay, so that will be available in the mapping sheet whenever you are developing a data structure. Okay, so for this column, data comes in inconsistent format. So what we need to do? We need to make it into a standard format. We need to make it into a standard format. Okay, so in the transformation that you have to apply. Okay, and scrubbing. So what is the scrubbing? Okay, so normally we have sale ID, product name, quantity, sale amount, and I need a sales tax. Okay, so whenever invoice is generated, for example, if you walk out to any retail outlet, so they will generate the invoice to you. So you will pay the bill with along the taxes. Okay, so you can observe in next time. Okay, so there will be GST, state GST and the central GST. Okay, CGST, SGST. Okay, so this sales tax amount, okay, so that will be on the product wise. For example, flat 5% will have, based on the product category, 5% is the GST. For example, I go to a restaurant, with my family. So the bill has happened 2000. Okay. So 2000 means 5% you have to pay the tax to the government. 5% means so 100 rupees I have to pay the tax. So the total the bill will come 2100. Okay, so 2000 will go to the hotel owner's pocket and 100 rupees will go to the government. 50 rupees will go to the state government and 50 rupees will go to the central government. Okay, so this data scrubbing means creating a new definition from the existing source definition. Okay, so sale amount is coming from the source, but in target I need sales tax. Okay, so 2%, 5% is the sales tax. Okay, for example, soap cost is 100 rupees and 5% tax means the total bill will come 105. Okay, so tax amount will be calculated separately. So that is a new column. Okay, so these calculations that we had to do in transformation layer. Okay, so these things I'll show you in a practical classes. Okay, so data scrubbing means creating a new definition from the existing source definition. And data aggregation. Okay, so data aggregation in the sense like sum up the totals, minimum value, maximum value, average. Okay, so banks will calculate monthly, average balance, daily average balance, monthly average balance. Okay, so with the help of this concept aggregation, data aggregations. Okay. And here, finally, we are loading in data into warehouse. That is target layer. So that is data finally pumping into the warehouse. Okay, so yesterday we have seen initial load and incremental load. So what is initial load? First time you are loading the data into warehouse. And incremental load by delta load means what? If there is any change in the system, we are updating our tables. Okay, how? What is the initial load? Or what is the incremental load? So that we will see in the practical classes. Okay, right. So any questions, guys? Any questions in today's session? So tomorrow we will discuss data mods and other stuff. Okay.
JC, in case of that dissimilar structure, that is if that is there are dissimilar that is a different number of records in two tables, then we can perform operation on it.
Yes,
that
yes,
is
yes. Yeah, that we can perform, even though few column names are different. That we have to rename the column names. Okay, so if it is a database, we can use alias in the SQL statement, and we will define the alias column name in the column list. Okay, with that column names will be similar. Even the records are also different means then we can pull the data. Okay.
got.
Yeah. So this is my number, guys. So Mind Magic students, please share your email IDs. Text me in WhatsApp. So I'll be sending an email for VMware access. Okay. So the students who contact directly for me, I hope you have my number. Okay. So please ping your email IDs. I will be granting access for Drive. Okay, I'll be providing material. I will upload all the material here, study material. Here in this folder, I'll be providing access to the study material. Okay. Yeah. So any other questions, guys?
No.
Yeah. Aishwarya and Suraj, please text your email IDs.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Any other questions, guys? All good? So we'll have the session at same time, 7 a.m. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Ashok,
Sure, sir.
how are you, man?
Sir, I'm good, sir.
Okay. Okay, we'll discuss later. Yeah, bye.
Bye.